No? Oh, there I am. Good morning, everybody. Woohoo! We all win a prize for coming out in this cold weather. Although I love it, so I am not sad to be here. This is a good number of people. Good work, guys. Yay. Good morning. Now, this will be a real prize we have to give out. Do we have anybody new here today that wants to raise? Oh, we do. Yay. Thanks for coming out on such a cold day. That's fabulous. Did you get a welcome handout when you came in? Okay, so you're all set there. Awesome. Well, you're very welcome. There's more coffee by the bookstore. There's treats over there, too, so make yourself at home. Glad you're here. And then we welcome the online participants. I have a feeling our numbers are going to be very big out there today. People watching us in their jammies with their coffee. I love that. Our speaker today is Ann Hudgens. We had a little switch in the schedule, so she's going to be speaking to us today, and we'll look forward to hearing Elise later this year. We have the reader Amber Schoch. Did I do that right, Amber? And the musician is Elise. And then we decided nobody ever sits in the front pews, so we just thought, let's just get rid of them, so we moved them to the back. No, what's really going on is we are going to expand the stage, and that's the first step for doing that. We don't have the timing. We got some logistics to work out, so it won't be like next Sunday or anything, but, but that was the first step, so that's kind of exciting. Also, on our YouTube video, not live feed, but if you watch a video after the fact, you can click the CC button at the bottom of the video, and it'll give you some closed captioning. So if you're somebody that has a need for that, we only just recently learned about that works on our videos, so that's awesome. Our Unity Youth Program for January and February is A Peaceful Heart, and the focus is on identifying our feelings, naming them, responding to them. Nancy is working to let the kids know that our feelings and emotions are valid and require our attention if we're truly to find balance in our lives and live with a peaceful heart. I think we all need to go back there and take that class. Isn't that amazing? And that our kids are learning that so young. It's just fabulous. Our prayer chaplain today is Gloria Willis. Where are you? There she is. And she'll be down in the Myrtle Room after the service. There's am I announcing the finance team meeting? It has been changed. Okay, I'll let you do that. And then real quick, before I'll have the people come up, if you'll turn around and look at the art wall, Nina and I spent a lot of time digging through photo albums, and Julie's computer has quite a number of pictures from over the years, and getting that display up. And then the center poster is about the history of Unity of Fort Collins. So this is all obviously in preparation for our 50th. It's coming up on February 2nd. So definitely go back and take a look. We left this, the scrapbooks and photo albums out for you to look through also. Just be gentle with them. They're getting a little rickety. But I'll have you guys come up now, and then I'll finish up when you're done.
In keeping in line with the 50th, I'm just going to pass around these sign-up sheets for food. We are providing all the food, but you have to let us know your preferences and how many people are coming. If you've signed up before, don't sign up. They're blank right now, but sign up. Thanks.
They've got a great meal plan, too, guys. Great.
Good morning. My name is Mike, one of the council members. I have two announcements. One is I want to thank this community. We were involved in a year-end fundraising effort, and we raised, combined with the foundation as well as the matching, over $36,000. So thank you very much for your love offering, your generous donations. We're talking about rebalancing our volunteer hours and paid hours, so that's going to enable us to start that in 2025. So thank you very, very much. Really, really appreciate that. Also coming up in February, we're going to be having our annual meeting, and part of that is we change council members, and there is one council member who's going to be leaving, so we're looking for somebody who might be interested. We've already had some people express interest, but I like to use this time to talk to others and plant that seed maybe for the future too. So if you've thought about it, a lot of people maybe don't think, oh, I couldn't do that, I don't know enough information, whatever. We're really looking for people that's got the unity spirit, commitment to us, and you can be working on teams, but the council is another wonderful place. It took me multiple years before I eventually decided to do it. So there'll be conversations. Actually, I'm going to be actively going and chatting with also some people just to plant that seed. So just wanted to make you aware of that. Thank you.
And you can see Mike or Kamina if you want to throw your hat in the ring.
No cuts, Jim, y'all.
No fighting.
The finance team has moved their meeting from this afternoon till 1 o'clock on Tuesday. And when you're thinking about joining the teams, finance, how exciting, right? And also, we canceled the chaplain prayer training yesterday due to the weather. So it takes place same time, same place next Saturday. And if you signed up last week and you're not coming, if you just can let me know. And if you couldn't make it last Saturday, but you can make it this Saturday, please let me know. My email's on the back of the bulletin, and so is my phone number. So just let me know because we're serving lunch.
Well, I wanted to let you know about something. Some 20 years ago, Sharon and I sold our home in California, moved to Missouri. Is that the way you pronounce that? Moved to Missouri and spent 2 years at the Unity Seminary there, Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute. They also have branches in Nigeria, Dominican Republic, and so forth, and it's to prepare leadership in unity ministries around the world. Well, recently Sharon and I decided we were going to try something, and so we contacted Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute and said, hey, we'd like to offer your classes in Fort Collins, Colorado. Oh, is that right? So they gave us permission. So starting Thursday at 1 o'clock, and at 6:30 by Zoom, we have the first class here, which is Foundations of Unity. So you have short time to sign up, but if I get your sign up today, you can join that class. I think we have 19 people right now that are taking the class. I have a syllabus. You can take it for credit, seminary credit, or you can take it as an audit student, so either way. So I'd encourage you to take advantage of this opportunity. Starting Thursday, see me today if you'd like to join us. That's right. 1 o'clock in the daytime, 6:30 in the evening. So we're accommodating everyone. No, they're all on Zoom. And the books are in the bookstore. It's an hour and a half, 7 weeks, and you'll have credit for your first class with Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute. So how's that? You like that idea? So see me if you want to do it, okay?
And we're just a little low on the books. We do still have some, but we have more coming, so just don't get one today.
Hello, Robert Hudgens here. As a member of the Outreach Committee, we're going to decide today about whether or not to participate with the MLK March, and they canceled it anyways. So there are still programming, so we don't have to make that decision, I guess is what I'm saying. So we're not going to meet tomorrow. There is programming at 2 o'clock at the Laurie Student Center on the CSU campus. So if people want to attend those, there's various programs that they have, and we'll just have everybody do that on their own. Thanks.
Okay, we're almost down. Not done. The office will be closed tomorrow in honor of Martin Luther King Day. The ACA New Hope group is meeting now on Tuesday nights at 6 o'clock, and it's part of the Adult Children of Alcoholics Dysfunctional Families World Service Organization. So Megan Bright facilitates that, so if you have any questions, you can contact her. I think her phone number is probably in the bulletin. Yeah, so if you need any more information, you can call her. And then Sarah Rain is doing her Interfaith Chant and Music this Saturday. Lunch Bunch is meeting at Modern Market. And then just real quick, if books are your thing, we have a bookstore. We have a website within bookshop.org. You can go to it through our website if it's easier for you. We get 30% back of everything that you buy on bookshop.org, so it's a really great site. And it has all genres, not just spiritual titles. And then a lot of people don't know that we have this fabulous library down the hall, and you can check out books for as long as you want or sit in there and read. It's actually a really beautiful room. So if you ever feel like you want to check that out, see what it's all about. Jim Weimar has been handling the organization of it lately, so that's really great. Appreciate that. Okay, let's take a big breath and center ourselves in Unity's prayer. Our unity centers us in light and peace, allowing us to recognize our God within and to radiate that love to the world.
Good morning, everyone. I had fun playing with the last waltz in Cheyenne, Wyoming yesterday. Last night, it was up till like 2, but that's how it goes. I have another show coming up February 8th at the Swing Station, and playing a few cover bands. I actually just got offered to be in an ABBA cover band, so. I mean, all the power to ABBA. I'm not a huge, like, you love what you love, of course. I think I'm just gonna try to learn to love ABBA. And then I'll be playing a John Prine cover show in April, and that's almost sold out at Washington. So if you want to come for that, I'd get those tickets sooner than later. Mind get weary and confused. Your will be still, don't try. Don't let your heart get heavy, child inside you. There's a strength that lies. Lonely child, it's only time, it will go by. Don't look for love in faces, places, it's in you. You'll find kindness. Be here now, here now. Be faith in me, and I will try not to lose faith in you. Don't put your trust in walls, 'cause walls will only crush you when they fall. Be here now, here now. Be here now, here now. Here now, here now, here now. Thank you. And now a reading from Amber.
Hello. So this is a reading by Khalil Gibran, and we did the best we could to talk about what would fit with Anne's talk today. So this is him speaking on self-knowledge. And a man said, "Speak to us of self-knowledge." And he answered, saying, "Your hearts know in silence the secrets of the days and the nights, but your ears thirst for the sound of your heart's knowledge. You would know in words that which you have always known in thought. You would touch with your fingers the naked body of your dreams. And it is well you should. The hidden wellspring of your soul must needs rise and run murmuring to the sea, and the treasure of your infinite depths would be revealed to your eyes. But let there be no scales to weigh your unknown treasure, and seek not the depths of your knowledge with staff or sounding line. For self is a sea, boundless and measureless. Say not, I have found the truth, but rather, I have found a truth. Say not, I have found the path of the soul. Say rather, I have met the soul walking upon my path. For the soul walks upon all paths. The soul walks not upon a line, neither does it grow like a reed. The soul unfolds itself like a lotus of countless petals."
Deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace, deep peace. Deep peace of the sleeping stones to you. Deep peace of the wandering wind to you. Deep peace of the flock of stars to you. Deep peace, deep peace. Deep peace of the western wind to you. Deep peace south to you. Pure red of the whirling flame to you. Pure white of the silver moon to you. Pure green of the emerald grass to you. Deep peace, deep peace, deep peace of the running wave to you. Deep peace of the flowing air to you. Deep peace of the quiet earth to you. Deep peace, deep peace, deep peace, deep peace, deep peace, deep peace.
Good morning, friends. Good morning. Am I on? Yes, I am. Thank you. Oh, Elise, what fabulous music I feel so touched and blessed, and thank you, Amber. So, some of you know I just got back from semester at sea. We got back from semester at sea, and it's a full semester curriculum for 450 students, 35 faculty members, and we sail around the world for a semester, 4 months. And I had the great pleasure and trauma of serving as the executive dean. Man, what a hard job that was. So I was responsible for every darn thing except sailing the ship, which was good that I wasn't in charge of that. But I sailed as the dean of students in fall 19, and one of the lessons I took with me from that voyage was we had a small community of African American students on that voyage, and showing up on the continent of Africa, and particularly in Ghana, felt like pilgrimage to them. It was a homecoming. So imagine knowing that your ancestors were stolen from Africa, and you don't know what your heritage is, but you're a young person who has the chance to step foot on the homeland of your ancestors. So I saw that in fall 19, and I wanted to honor that experience for our group of African American students. And a bunch of the white kids were just dumbasses. And they goofed around at the slave castle, the door of no return. They just didn't have the consciousness. So they're 18, 19, 20 years old. If you don't have that consciousness, you wouldn't know to have that be sacred space for your African American friends, colleagues, partners, humans. So anyway, 2 years I planned for how to do this differently on the 2024 journey. And luckily, we had a much, much bigger group of diverse students on this. So you can have people with good intentions and a consciousness that are helpful, but what actually makes a change in a community is a critical mass of diversity. So it's not a handful of black students on the ship. It's a cohort of black students and international students and Latino students. So we had that on this voyage, which was super good. But I had the intention of creating sacred space before we got to Ghana, so that we could have, particularly the white students, pay attention to what it might be like to set foot in Ghana, and particularly to visit what they call the slave castle in Tema and Takoradi, where the door of no return is, the dungeons where the stolen people were taken and loaded on ships and never returned. So that was my good intention. And I held it so deeply. It was like my thing. I really wanted to create this sacred space. So we'd have these pre-port, logistical pre-port, where we teach people about the port coming up, what they needed to know about arriving in Ghana. And I had the big idea. Oh, it was such a good intention. I had this big idea. So what has worked for me, particularly, well, it has worked for me in my life to be vulnerable, to tell my truth. And I'm speaking in front of this, it's a ballroom of 600, 550 people, most of them students, young people. And what I intended was to talk to the white students and to say, listen, it's a process. You came by your racism, honestly, so you're not at fault for being racist. But it's our job as white people to change that, to heal ourselves, to make changes. And for me, it's been a lifelong journey. So I started telling this story of having grown up in Nederland, Colorado. I never saw a black person ever in school, nobody. So I came by my misinformation, my ignorance, honestly. And when I was an RA in school, I had 2 black women on my floor, and I was scared of them. So I'm telling this story to this group, and my intention was to say, and this has been my life's effort, to learn, to grow, to root out the unconscious bias, to root it out and to make changes in myself. And this goes for every ism: racism, ableism, misperceptions about gender identity and GLBT folks. I mean, this is our work, folks. This is our work to root this out. But I didn't get that far. So I got to the place where I was sort of trying to explain, here's what I'm trying to say. And when I said there were 2 black women on my floor and I was scared of them, there's a collective gasp from the audience. And it all went so wrong. Oh my God, it went so wrong. So my mistake was I didn't know these people well enough yet. I misunderstood the venue, and I misunderstood how that would be heard by young folks. So I think what I actually said to that group, how it landed, is I'm scared of Black people. So I just died. I just wanted to die. It was so shameful. And I was so confused because what I meant and what happened were so very different. And you can hear how deeply what my intention was. And it went so wrong. So I wrote an apology to the community, but there's not venues very often to get the whole group back together again. So I just sat in my shame. I just wallowed. I was such a shameful, oh God almighty, I was so shameful. Luckily, we had read a book called The Spirituality of Imperfection at some point, and I'm thinking, well, damned if this isn't a spiritual opportunity. Actually, I won't say the whole thing, but one of my favorite sayings is that something's a fog, an effing opportunity for growth. So I was in a fog. I was in a fog. It was so painful. So what happened is I was able to reconnect with some of the Black students, but there was a group of them who just chose not to acknowledge me, which is their choice. It's their right. It's being in their power. I don't judge it or begrudge it, but it was painful. So anyway, long story. Toward the end of the journey, we had a talent show. And there's this big, goofy kid named Ben. Ben's like 6'5". And when he first got on the ship, our dean of students, Pam, elbowed me and she said, I'm watching him. Ben, he's such a rascal. He is goofy and dumb and immature, all those things. And he just lights up a room. He's got a bright smile. I mean, he's the kind I kind of like the rascals. So I like Ben, and he was a lot of trouble. So in this talent show, Ben does some stand-up comedy. What could go wrong? So Ben does some of it was actually funny. He actually did. Some of it was dreadful and some was actually, he might have potential as a stand-up comic. But Ben does this joke where I think the line was, he said, I was going to ask Dean Ann for help studying for my global studies or for my presentation, but I decided not to because she doesn't know what's appropriate to say. oh my God. Oh my God. So I wanted to jump off the ship. It was awful. It was so awful. I just sat in my pain with that. And we had stuff going on, and I had to paint on this face of, like, I'm okay. And I wasn't okay. I felt terrible. It was, I don't know how many of you can call up an incident of shame where you can find it right now and go, oh. So it's still there. So anyway, I stewed with this for a while. And my team wanted to punish him, like to take him through the conduct system. And I'm like, oh no, that's wrong. Because that won't fix anything, that won't heal anything. So I sent him a text, and I said, Ben, your joke hurt. It punched me in the gut, and I wanted you to know that. And Ben texted back, and he said, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you. And then he sent me an extra text that said, maybe sometime we could hug it out. And at the time when I received it, I thought, oh, I'd rather have a root canal than... I'm not hugging Ben. But it touched me. It touched me. So we sat with that for a while, and it just stayed where it stayed. But then as we were leaving Hong Kong to go to our last port in Bangkok, the whole ship was up on the deck, and it was this joyous party, jumping up and down. The sail away music was going. And I saw big old Ben over there, and the wave of healing and forgiveness went over me. And I went over and I grabbed Ben, and we hugged it out. And it helped me a lot. But then, this is the part. So that would have been good enough all by itself. I mean, I could have been, and that could have solved it for me. But then we had the fancy dinner, the Last Supper on the ship. And I was in the shower getting ready for this. And I had what I think is divine inspiration. I had the thought, I'm going to get Ben back. So I had the chance to give the speech. And there were 2 seatings of this, and luckily Ben was in my seating. So I saw him there, and it was a fleeting thought, and then I decided, oh, I'm going to do this. And so in my address to the students, I said something like, it has been my pleasure to watch you all grow up. You're growing up so nicely, except Ben. And the place erupted in cheers. It was this funny, healing Ben came over and we hugged each other, and and he said, "Now that was good comedic timing." So it went from the pits of despair to this playful chance to recover. But then what happened, because none of that was about Ben, it was about my shame at having distanced myself from the black students. So Ben was a distraction. He wasn't the problem. He's a goofy guy. But what it did was gave me the courage to readdress my mistake. So in the last closure meeting with the students, I told them what happened. I told them that I had made a mistake, that it wasn't my intention, that I was sorry for the harm I had caused, and that my desire was to create sacred space for our black students in Ghana. And it brought the whole thing full circle. So I could forgive myself. I could ask for understanding. And it brought closure. And I was so grateful. And it was goofy Ben who gave me the chance to heal it. Thank you.
It's a great story. Thank you so much, Anne. I love how healing laughter is.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Listen to what you're saying. Seek a higher consciousness, a state of peacefulness, and know that God is everywhere. And every thought's indeed a prayer.
Ah, sweet. I needed to say that story out loud. I feel the release of it. Would you all get comfortable in your chairs, in your pews? Close your eyes if you're comfortable. Let's take a few good deep breaths together. What I did on the ship for the students at the last session was to ask them to recall a mistake. Could be recent, could be old. Something that when you imagine it, you can feel the discomfort and the feeling of shame that comes from having made a mistake. I want you to think about that and breathe out, breathe those feelings into the floor. Let the earth have the feelings of shame and mistake. And then I want you to breathe in forgiveness. The word shame stands for should have already mastered everything. And we haven't quite yet. People say mistakes happen, and we should lean into the mistakes, but it's really hard. They're painful, particularly if the shame is blocking to us. So say to yourself inside, I am not my mistakes. And then I'd like you to turn to your neighbor on each side and say out loud, I forgive you. 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 Thank you.
Presence, illuminate our hearts, now and forevermore. Now and forevermore.
So aren't we blessed? We're blessed by Ann sharing with us a very human story. She's written it upon our hearts, and so we can take that with us. We're also blessed to have Ann in leadership of this community. You know, she was the highest levels of administration with Colorado State University. And now we're blessed with her presence here, in large part steering our ship. Really, she does. So thank you, Ann. So yes, let's prepare for our offering. And I invite you to take whatever you have, whatever you're able to give to support this ministry. Just take in your hands and just be thankful as our ushers come forward. And now we bless it with these words on our screen. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive. Thank you, God.
I want to just take this moment as we wrap up passing the baskets around, just to become rooted and grounded with feet on the floor, growing roots into the earth, breathing up from the earth, taking a nice deep breath all together. Connecting to our neighbor, being aware of what is around us, and the warmth that is here, and the love and the forgiveness. Perfectly imperfect. We're just gonna Om together. Whatever feels comfortable for you. Connect to that heart space, connect to your breath. We'll just keep going on circular breathing, whatever. Breathe whenever you need to. Om whenever you need to. Really, the beginning of the enunciation of Om is that breath in. So let's just take a nice breath in. Om. Last three all together. I'm going to stop playing guitar. And now to let the light shine. We'll pick it up a notch. If they're back there. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said, this little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Here on the corner of Lines and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said, here on the corner of Lines and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. I said, here on the corner of Lines and Vine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Just one more. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
Well, we are still working with puppets, and we talked a lot about, well, we did one of our quotes from Yoda. Does anybody remember which one quote it was? Remember? What was it, Nathan?
May the force be with you.
That was one of them, exactly. What was the other one?
Wasn't it, name your fears before you banish it?
That's one's cool, that we learn to identify and name, exactly. So they're going to tell you about their puppets today.
Hi, this is Sam, and Sam is from the 80s, and Sam tends to break out in random 80s music.
This is Otto, and he's a low-key, chill guy.
This is Jeremy. He comes in two forms.
This is
Someone.
Jeffrey Bezos.
I forgot. Nah, you didn't get that right. You didn't get that right.
In fact, for you that are new here, this is Nancy Hughes. She's our Director of Children and Youth Ministries. So,
What I wanted to mention is we got some really exciting news coming up here. We are having summer camp this summer here at Unity 1 week, and then we're having the second week at Polestar. The week at Unity is June 16th through the 20th. We have so many activities planned. It's going to be amazing and lots of fun. The kids will have a great time. We're going to have outdoor activities, arts and crafts, and a bunch of cool stuff. So please sign up kids, sign up grandkids. Goal is to have at least 20 kids. So I'd love to have 20 as my goal. Clear? 5 to 12. Yeah, 5-year-olds to 12-year-olds. And I will definitely have activities. We'll have activities for all of those ages. So it'll be a lot of fun. We promised to do the zip line. We're going to get the zip line fixed, guys. And we're going to be doing water slides and just all sorts of fun stuff. So it'll be great.
sounds like fun. Okay, you want to find your place with our rest of our community? Well, thank you for being here on this cold January day. And thank you for all of you that join us online. And for those of you that are with us for the first time, you want to see something different? Come next week. We always have something exciting and different going on here at Unity of Fort Collins. So let's all circle up and as you're able as we close our service. So remember to see me if you're interested in the Thursday class to find out more about Unity is all about. So let's go ahead and close our service. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.